Hello everybody, welcome back to the stream. Good to see you all. We got a bonus Saturday stream. It's not really a bonus if I do it every weekend, is it? It's kind of like the norm. But we've got a Saturday stream here. Early Saturday morning. It's almost 8 a.m. here. So we got some stuff, some fun stuff to do. Going to continue on with the map visual improvements. Basically just trying to add more life and visual interest to the map. It's part of a long series of visual updates I'm making to the game to get it ready for playtesting. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing today. In the meantime, or not in the meantime, before we get into it, I want to remind everyone that Gunforged is available for purchase. It's a great way to support me and it's a pretty fun game. So yeah, check that out. The link for this is in the description below. And leave a review if you end up playing it. I would appreciate that. I also just released earlier this week my new course, which will teach you how to build online cooperative multiplayer games in Godot. So it goes over server authoritative architecture, the high-level networking tools that Godot offers you, remote procedure calls, all that kind of stuff. So if you've been interested in getting into multiplayer in Godot, I think this is a great way to do it. And also it's a great way to support me. So again, the link for that is in the description below. And if you do purchase one of my courses, use the links that you find in the video descriptions because those contain my referral codes, which will give me the majority of the sale if you purchase it using that link. So, and you can still take advantage of any sales that are available. It's just the referral code tells Udemy that I'm the one who sent you to the page, and so they credit me with making the sale. So yeah, anyway, that would be very helpful if you choose to do that. Oh, and I need reviews on the course too. So leave an honest review on the course as you get into it if you end up purchasing it, and those early reviews are gonna help me quite a bit. Okay, hello, Ito Makes Games, welcome back. Ali, welcome. Good morning, Emerson. Happy Saturday to you as well. How do you create devlogs and what software do you use on it? So I use OBS. So there's a couple of things. OBS for the screen recording and also for audio recording. I just audio record at the same time that I do my video recording in OBS. And I use DaVinci Resolve for editing the videos. So that's how I create them from a technical standpoint in terms of how to like structure them. That's something that I'm still figuring out, like how to make it maximally interesting. But it's afternoon here. I like it more this time. Awesome. 8:54 a.m. here. Okay. All right. Hello, iCode stuff. Welcome back. I just woke up. I've been up since 6 a.m. So I've been up for a couple hours. Love the thumbnail art for the new course. Did you make it yourself? No, I did not. No. I was working with some artists to get it done. I did make some tweaks myself, but... Okay. So, let's see. I want to change the birds, right? We were working on the birds here. So, let's see. I forgot which map scene it is. Oh, goodness. Map container. Oh, yes, here. So yeah, I was trying to make birds as particles, but that wasn't working because I can't align them. Are you planning on participating in GMTK? Yes. Yes, I am. That is happening in a couple of weeks, isn't it? So yeah, I'll be participating in that for sure. And we'll see how it goes. I like the GMTK jam is one of my favorite jams to participate in. I think Brackies is the second Brackies jam happening after that, at the end of August. I'll probably do that one too. So yeah. Alright, well I guess there's nothing to do here except create a new scene. I really don't... I'm feeling very uneasy about breaking my rule. I wonder if there's a better way to do it. Breaking my frame-by-frame animation rule. UI map. I also wanted, but I'm going on vacation. That's not an excuse. Work on your vacation. No, that makes sense. Maybe I'll try it too. Try the GMTK jam, yeah. I guess I'll just put it in decorations here. Bird. I'm trying to think, is there a way that I can do a bird without doing a frame-by-frame animation? I mean, there is a way. There is a way. So I'm going to want to change this anyway. I'm going to delete. I don't want this bird particles anymore. Delete. I know how to do it. Actually, I shouldn't have done that crop. Let's do this. Okay. We are going to avoid frame-by-frame animations, and I'm going to rename this to effect. I'll just call this, well, I'll just rename it in Godot. Bird. Okay. So now I will use an animation player. I'm avoiding the frame-by-frame animation. So I got body. And we'll use an atlas texture for this. New, oh my gosh. Let's see, bird, boom, edit region. What did I make this? Was it 8 by 8? Oh no. Yeah. Oops. So there's the body. Wing. Hey, look at that. So now what I can do this is gonna look weird, but we're gonna try it. We're gonna take this wing and we'll just make it like a half second, I guess. Well, that doesn't look exactly right, but that's okay. Okay. See, it's not frame by frame. It doesn't matter if it looks like frame by frame, it's not going to be. We might as well add a little bit of motion to the body as well. Why not? Sweet. Now we have a bird. I hope that looks okay in game. I guess we can try it out. Let's put the bird somewhere in here. Oh, I gotta turn that on to autoplay. Oh, I did, okay. Let's see what happens. Game dev is over everything. How dare you think you can rest? Seriously. I wanted to participate, but my parents are saying that I must rest for a while. Oh. I came across your channel and felt inspired to start this journey. Just completed Brachy's tutorial. Well, awesome. And welcome. Glad to have you here, some Symphonic. Yeah, Brachy's is great. I'm glad that they are producing Godot tutorials now. We were all joking, rest is very important. You know what's funny is I went on a family vacation a couple years ago. It was a week-long vacation to a beach town in the United States here. And by the third day, I was like just doing programming challenges on my computer because I missed writing code so much. I don't know. I don't think restful vacations are for me. After a couple days, I just get bored. After the last game jam where I did not sleep last night, it was a 2-day jam. Oh, gotcha. Are you programming to do do other courses with C#? Planning to? Not at the moment, no. I'm not really planning any other courses right now because I just got done with one that was a massive effort. And so I'm kind of like, I'll be done with making courses for a little while here. Why need animation player? You can still use sprite sheet. I'm trying to avoid doing frame by frame animations in this game. Just generally. So it's just an arbitrary rule that I've adopted for myself. So that's all. There's no reason I couldn't do it aside from just stylistic art reasons. Okay, that wing looks weird. So I think I might need to just make the wing a little bit thicker here. And then maybe I can turn down scaling. That might work. Let's see. I bought the course. Are you planning to do remote server-side code deployment too, like lobbies and stuff? No, I didn't want to go that deep into it. I just wanted to teach mostly the Godot high-level frameworks. So the whole like deploying stuff, and the other problem too is that when you're deploying like a server for like a lobby or whatever, typically you need to pay for that. And I don't know, I just don't like the idea of having students going and buying more stuff as a prerequisite to the course, but I think the main reason I didn't do that is I just wanted to keep the course like narrowly focused on like, here's how you actually build the multiplayer functionality. And then from there, that should give you enough information to figure out how to do the other stuff, right? Like once you figure out the connection stuff. But if there's enough comments about it, I may investigate doing that, or I may do a different like addendum course or something, but I don't know. New map art incoming. Yes, we're doing some new art. So I don't know if you can see that bird very well, but it looks good. It looks much better than the particle. So now we got to make the bird, we got to get it to spawn at some random part. So we got to give it a script as well. So scripts UI. Oh, I've got some empty folders here. Let's delete those. Map. Let's create a new folder. Did I call it decorations? Yes. Cool. So we don't need this. Basically, what's just going to happen is direction is equal to mathutil.rng.rand direction. If direction.x is less than 0, we're going to set the scale equal to new vector 2, -1, 1. Okay, speed is equal to mathutil.rng.randf range. We'll do between 10 and 15, I guess. Public override void process. And in here, global position plus equals direction times speed times delta. Then we'll set up a tween. I'm going to say var target scale is equal to vector2.1. Okay. Scale equals vector2.0. Tween property. This string node2d dot property name dot scale target scale. We'll do it over 1 second. It doesn't need to have any easings. It's not going to be noticeable anyway. And then we'll do tween interval mathutil.rng.rand range. Make the bird last between 5 and 10 seconds, I guess. And then tween callback callable.from queueFree. Sweet. I think that's basically it. So now in the map container here, the problem is I need to set up a timer. Inner container. Let's get rid of this bird. I think I can use, I have a random timer, yeah, so I can use this. Bird timer. We'll just make this 5 and 10 as well. Node private timer, bird timer. Private static read only string name start random. We can turn this on to auto start. Bird timer dot timeout plus equals on bird timer timeout. Bird timer dot stop. Bird timer dot call. Start random. Private void on bird timer timeout. Bird timer dot call. Start random. Private void spawn bird. Goodness gracious, there's so much. And this is all going to have to change when I have different themes for different maps. But we're just going to do it the naive way first before over-architecting something. Haven't been here full for so long. That game jam I submitted got 20th out of 120 entries. Very nice. Congratulations. What is that? Is that top? That's definitely top 20%, right? Your jam tips video saved my entire entry. There you go. See? There's your testimonial, everybody. Go watch my jam tips video and you too can place in the top 20% of jam entries. No, I'm seriously glad to hear that that helped, and yeah, congratulations. It's a very, very good jam result. I bought your course, don't have time to watch it now, but when I get it, you better brace yourself for the multi-chapter criticism I'll be writing. Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready for it. Welcome back to the stream, by the way. Got rid of the comment bar altogether. It's not a permanent fixture on screen, so the comments will show up for 10 seconds and then they disappear. But I'm open to criticism on that as well, if you want to offer any. But I figured this makes the screen bigger. You can see more stuff. So I figured it might be a better viewing experience. Okay, so packed scene, bird scene. Spawn bird, var bird is equal to bird scene. Oh, var bird. Bird scene instance are free. bird. We don't care about that. Zero inner. Do I have an inner container? Why do I not have a reference to the inner container? Inner container.size.x. Inner container.size.y. This needs to be dot position. All right, and I just need to build this and assign the bird and any what you call it? Oh, any bets on whether this is gonna work? I liked the bar better. Of course you did. Of course you did. Okay, let's see. Bird scene, quick load. Bird. Thanks was super hype, yeah. Doing it the naive way first, I'm stealing that one, yeah. I think this is a very particular problem for like intermediate developers, is that once you get a handle on like, you've got a feel for how to build code correctly, you start to obsess over like, how do I build this system correctly from the start? And I think you just kind of like need to, what's the word I want to do? Like kind of just settle into the fact that it's okay to write code in a way that you know you're going to change later. One of the guiding principles that people always cite is like, you aren't going to need it, right? It's Yagni. You aren't going to need it or you ain't going to need it. And it's this idea that like, unless you have an explicit need for the features that you're adding to your code, treat it as if you're not going to need it, right? So right now, I don't have a second level. So I could start writing this map to be all kinds of flexible with having a bunch of different decorations based on what level you're on, so it's thematically, you know, different every time you go to a new level. Or I could just say, I only have level 1 right now. I'm just going to make it work for level 1. And when I do have a level 2, that's when I'm going to go ahead and address whatever kind of flexibility I need, right? But I don't yet have the requirements. I don't yet know what the second level looks like. So I would just be mostly guessing when I'm implementing a flexible like map decoration system, you know? So yeah. Anyway, any bets on if this is going to work first try? I'm going to guess no. Yes, major blocker, yeah. I'm going to guess no. It's not going to work. See if we can identify a bird. I see no birds. Oh, I never set up... No, I did set up a speed. Okay. There are no birds. Oh, I never called spawn bird. Okay. That would make sense. All right, it didn't work the first time. Gee dang it. I've had a time where I cannot make player movement until I code super brutal state machine optimized for 1980 computers. Yeah, seriously. There's one. There's a bird. Goodbye, bird. There's another one. It's going behind the map indicators, which I guess is okay. Oh, it's not tweening out either. So let's do this. I'm gonna change this bird timer to have a much larger variation. So let's do a min wait time of 2 and a max wait time of 20 maybe. I don't know if that's going to be too much, but let's see. That's a weird looking map. There's a bird. I think maybe the birds last too long too. So what I'll do is I'm going to change the duration down from 3 to 6. And I might also just pull this back a little bit. Yes. How long have you been into game dev? Since I was 14 years old, and I'm 30 now, so 16 years. You're too negative, there will be birds. There are birds now, that's for sure. Random question, how is Fire Kitty doing? He's fine. Yeah, he's good. He's sleeping right next to me, actually. He's doing good. He's got his problems, but, you know. He's got his problems. He costs me a lot of money. But it's all right. This is Y sorted, right? Okay. I wonder, the bird is getting Y sorted as well, but I guess that's okay. Is he fire okay? He is fire okay. It's just gonna prefix every word with fire. I like that. There's a bird. Goodbye, bird. So we've got little campfires in here. There's one. There's a bird. So there's definitely more life now. One thing that's annoying me is that there's not a lot of variance in the trees. So I'm going to create a couple of tree variants, I think. And then we'll work on adding other decorations like farms and stuff. Yeah, I think the birds look good. I don't have any complaints about the birds. Definitely adds more life to the screen, that's for sure. But it's still relatively static, so we got to think about other stuff. Somebody yesterday suggested lighting the area around this player. I think that could work, but yeah, I'm gonna have to figure that out. I have to figure, maybe we'll play around with that on this stream. I've basically got all morning, so we'll just go until I'm tired of talking. You know what I could do? So for the yeah, there's a lot of stuff I could do. So for the nodes that are in range that are traversable, I could add that highlight animated outline that I have for other clickable elements. So that would be a good element to add, I think. And then I could outline the ones that are not reachable in red so that it indicates that you can't go there. Yeah, there's a lot to do. Shoot, there's a lot to do. But let's get some new trees in here first, I think. I think that's going to be a next good step. So add a bird as standalone scene. I'm so happy, finally, after 10 days of fixing bugs, I don't see them anymore. Excellent. That's always a good feeling. I was just, I'm setting up a new website to be a course landing page. I actually got the domain godotcourses.com. So your boy Firebelly owns godotcourses.com. And I'm going to set up a landing page there for all my courses that's going to be SEO optimized so that people who search through Google can also find my courses. But why am I saying this? Oh yeah, I was updating an old repository I have that is Next.js, which is just like a front end framework. And I spent probably 4 hours yesterday just trying to fix all of the build and node package issues, and it's just like, when it finally built and there were no linter errors, I was like, oh, finally. It's such a good feeling. I just started my first ever game jam today. Excellent. Well, good luck. And if you haven't yet, I have a game jam tips video on this channel that you can watch if you're interested. But yeah. Yes, indeed. Average JS dev. Yeah, it's true. I hate, like, I love doing the JavaScript React stuff once the project is established and you can just like build the features, but the initial setup and configuration or going through major upgrade migrations is just the most painful experience I've ever had in my entire software engineering career. I absolutely detest it. It's just, it's terrible. It's terrible. It's just like, I don't even know. It's just random nonsense all piled together. And if you have a piece of random nonsense that's not in the right nonsensical place, then it just doesn't work. Congrats on the URL, thank you. Anyway, so, yeah, trees. Let's do some trees. Tiles decorations.asprite. I guess I'm not really breaking these up, but let's do... Trees are easy to draw. You just kind of like do whatever. You just kind of do whatever and it works. See? There's a tree. And what I'll do is I'll just put something like that in there. And then I can just outline this. There's a tree. Actually, I might get rid of this. Yeah, that looks better. Okay. That's one tree. Let's do another one. Maybe we'll do like a more upright one. Looks a little bit too... I think what I can do is I can put a... I don't want it to look too uniform. I think that's okay. That'll work. Actually, this part looks a little bit weird. We'll just keep it like that. I think that's fine. Oops. All right, so we've got a couple of new trees. So let's go ahead and put that in the tile set. And I think this should be relatively easy to set up. So I just do this, create an alternate tile, do this, create an alternative tile. Then I got to go to paint and texture origin. How do I copy this? There's like a way to copy it. Oh, there we go. Okay, texture origin and then Y sort origin, or no. I guess I only need to change the texture origin. Okay, so now I need to add 2 more cells. So this is 2, 0, so I need to add 3, 0 and 2, 1. So tree atlas coordinates, 3, 0 and 2, 1. And that should be all I need to do. Let's see if that works. There we go. What is that? I don't know what that is, but that's okay. So now we've got some more trees. The forests look a little bit more organic, I guess you could say. I really don't know what this line is here, though. Maybe it's just a bunch of grass that got stacked up weird. Thank you for your video on composition, even though I use GDScript instead of C#. However, I have to rewrite my entire project, but my game is more scalable now, and I can add more codes with ease. Yeah, you're welcome. I'm glad you found that useful, Owen. And thank you for hopping into the stream here. Do a grave. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I'm curious, before becoming a Godot developer, were you a Unity developer? No, I used Game Maker Studio before Godot. So that was my engine of choice prior to me discovering Godot. I never did get into Unity. I used Unity a little bit in college for my coursework, but I haven't really, I don't know, there's something about Unity that I never really liked. I have to learn C# and Unity from the ground up for my school's course in 2 months. How cooked am I, chat? Oh, it should be fine. You'll be fine. And welcome to the stream, Goshen. I think you've been... I recognize that profile picture. Did you change your name? I think you've been here before. I think you're using an alias. Anyway, let's see. There's a bird. So we got better looking trees now. What was I gonna do? Oh yeah, we gotta think about adding some more, like, bigger decorations. So let's try to do... I might try to do a graveyard in here. How is that gonna work? This is gonna be easier if I have a reference background. You might be right. Might be. So let's see. It's going to be really hard to draw these, I think. That's not working well at all. Let's try... Don't want to make it too... Yeah, that's not working. I want to angle it a little bit. But it's just, it creates that... I mean, I guess that's okay. That's too angled, though. We'll get it. We'll get it eventually. I think that looks okay. Now, can I draw some kind of fence? Let's do this. Should really do this on a separate layer, I guess, but I think that probably looks okay. Maybe what I'll do is get rid of that and move this closer. That does not look... That looks okay, actually. I think that looks okay. From a distance, it's going to be okay. Kind of roughly center it, I guess. All right, does this all fit? No, it doesn't. Okay. I think that'll work. That grape sucks. Kineas. Or Nias, or however it says. However you're supposed to say it. What you do, just add a background art for your game? Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. Okay, tiles, decorations. This one is going to be a little bit trickier. Hold shift to create big tiles. Create an alternative tile. Oh, I need to outline it. Oops. Can I do an outline like this? Oh, I can. Very nice. Now I do need to change the Y sort origin. Oh, look at that. 8 looks like it's proper. We'll do that there as well. That might end up looking weird, actually. I'm just going to keep the Y sort where it was, and we'll see how it looks. So I'm just going to call this like large decorations, I guess. So I'm going to create a... Actually... Scene points. Scene decorations. I wonder if I should just... I'll just call this grass large decoration atlas coordinates. Vector 2 large decoration points. For each far point in large decoration points. Large decoration points, Matthew Till. Large decoration atlas. Oops. Yeah, that's gotta be atlas coordinates. Okay. Cool. That should work. And then in here, create filtered Poisson points. We'll also do 128 for that, I suppose. Oops. Large decoration points. We'll see how this looks. I don't know how well it's going to work. What are the alternative tiles and what's it for in this particular project? I don't really know what alternative tiles are, to be honest, but the reason I need them is because Godot does not allow me to flip the texture of a tile horizontally if I don't have an alternative tile. So that's the only reason I'm creating an alternative tile, is to have that. Okay, what is this? This is 02. Let's see what happens. You aren't even being affected by my rage bait anymore. You just see this through sarcasm now. I've learned my lesson, I guess. I've learned my lesson. Okay, we've got a grave there. Yeah, maybe maybe I do need to change the texture or the Y-sort origin here. Hello, Infinity01. Welcome back. Good to see you again. Just watched the Game Jam tips video. I'm excited to start. Excellent. Well, yeah. Let me know how it goes if I see you in a future stream. Be very curious. So there's a grave there, which is kind of like in the grass, which is nice. There's one there, which is kind of covered. So that's the thing. I don't know how to exactly exclude points that already exist without making it a big issue. There's a grave there, there's one there. I need to be able to detect the places where there's empty space, and actually, maybe that gives me a hint. These are Poisson points. I thought I'm using noise. Am I using noise? Oh, this is using... Wonder if I should change it to use the same noise texture. Let me think. I forgot how this is working. So that's my tree noise. That's my grass noise. The noise is determining where the trees and the grass are placed. So I could use that noise value to determine where to place the large decorations so that they're not like covered by other things. So what I could do let's unindent these things. What I could do is in this large decoration points, I can sample the tree sample here. So I can do this again. Get noise 2dv. And then we'll do private const float large decoration cutoff, maybe 0.5. Decoration cutoff. So that should prevent it from getting placed in trees, I think. It will still probably overlap with grass sometimes, but let's see. And I can actually probably reduce that large decoration radius now. So 128, let's do 64. Create a higher density point map. I don't see that anywhere. Well, if it is in the coffee grabber, just wanted to say that tiles isn't map, so you're lying in your title. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Cass. Why isn't this spawning? Maybe this tree cutoff is wrong. Maybe this large decoration cutoff needs to be lower. I don't know. What in the heck? There's a... Okay, so it's getting placed in the trees. That's what I thought. Maybe I need to make the points even denser. That might be something I need to do. I'm expecting... Basically what I'm looking for is I'm looking for those graves slash other large decorations to be put in the blank spaces here, where there's no trees. But I don't know why that's not happening. Let's increase the density of this. Large decoration points. See if that works. What in the heck? Also, one thing I want to do. Tree noise dot fast noise, or no, dot seed. There we go. How's it going with the game? It's going well, I would say. Just trying to figure out why the heck my decorations aren't showing up. Oh, I wonder if it's getting filtered. Oh, I know why that's happening. Shoot. So I need to provide some different filtering stuff. If it's too far from an edge, it doesn't get placed. So let's do this. Bool distance. Let's do a check far distance equals true. If check far distance and that. So now what I can do in here is I can say check far distance false. I think what's happening is if it's being placed... So the way the trees and grass work is that they're kind of grouped along the edges of the roads. And I was still doing that check for my large decoration placement. But now I shouldn't be. And there's still nothing here. What in the heck, man? I don't understand. I'm just going to turn this to 0. Like, let's just see what happens. Okay. So, all of those graves... So, there's graves being placed up here. They're being placed down here. There's nothing here. That's bizarre. And there's nothing here. Why is that happening? Why is that happening? I gotta look at the noise. -1 to 1. Most generated noise values are in the range of -1 to 1, but not always. Hello, Master Car, welcome. The preceding avian procedures the earthen wrigglers. Oh, the preceding avian procures the earthen wrigglers. Yeah, that's funny. Okay. So that's working. What in the heck? So I guess the black areas of the image are -1. I see. So I need like a range. Large decoration, min cutoff, private const float, large decoration, max cutoff equals -0.25. I don't know. Let's try that. If decoration sample is less than large or, yeah, okay. Is that going to produce the result that I want? Let's see. Okay. So now we've got some graves being placed in the empty spaces here. That's good. I might try playing with the cutoff values a little bit. -1, -0.5. It's looking very crowded. We're getting there. Okay, I don't know how this is working. I don't know how this is working. -0.5 to 0. Clamp values. Pog. Okay. I don't know if you recall, but the results of the game jam I submitted at the beginning of the week came in yesterday, and I managed to come in 3rd place overall. Excellent. Very good. Happy to hear that. Can we get claps in the chat for Isbjorn for 3rd place in a game jam? I feel like I want to thank you yet again for your videos. I don't think I would have made it without your videos on Godot concepts. Yeah, for sure. Happy to help. And I'm happy to hear they got a good game jam result. There we go. There's a clap. Clap. Okay, I think this is working now. I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on. Clap. Yes, there we go. I almost wonder... I mean, that's looking pretty decent, actually. I almost wonder if I should just not use a noise sample, though. What happens if I don't use a noise sample? There's lots of claps. There we go. Hey, you have some Udemy courses on how to create a complete game. Have you ever thought about making a tutorial about a specific thing, shaders in Godot? I'd love to learn a course on shaders from you. I unfortunately don't know enough about shaders, but I hear you. But yeah, I unfortunately just don't. I don't have enough experience to do some kind of course on that. Claps, thank you, Mastercar. I think I just need to set up another noise texture for the large decorations, so I don't think there's a way around that. It's just going to be easier to figure out what the heck is going on, I think. export private fast noise light, large decoration noise. We'll change this to large decoration noise, and then we can tweak this to my heart's content, and we can change this to a singular cutoff value too. Although that's gonna kind of defeat the point. No, I think maybe it was a good idea to use the tree noise. So maybe I won't do that. Tree noise. One thing that I do want to try. Bool road distance equals 12. No, not bool. Int road distance. Goodness gracious. Why is there a big empty? I don't know how to really control that empty space. I think there's just a couple of issues happening here that's not going to be easily fixable. There's a couple of issues happening that aren't going to be easily fixable, but let me think. I wanted to try this. Turn up that radius again. Like, why is there a whole big... Kind of tempted to just remove this again. I could do something weird. Like I could, well, shoot, I don't know. Oh, goodness. That's not right. The chat section is different. It is a little bit different. Acerola is a good channel to watch for that. I've learned a bunch from him for shaders. You can always make a very detailed single map and just keep the nodes random. Yeah, I could, but I think a little bit of visual difference is going to be good. See, the problem with doing it this way is that it just puts graveyards in the middle of forests. The course is selling like hotcakes. What can a man do for a coupon? Yeah, well, we can get into that another day. Isn't that because there's too much negative values in that space? Can't you just clamp that values to a fixed value so that it isn't negative? Well, clamping or checking for a negative value is going to be the same result. I was checking for a negative value. Clamping it just like, it's the same problem. The problem is fundamentally that the trees don't only get placed in accordance with their noise texture, they also have parameters about how close or how far away from the roads they are. So for instance, if I were to disable the far distance check, so if I do, let's see, tree points, 12, false, we're gonna get a lot more trees in the map, I think. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe I shouldn't do the far distance check on the trees then. Is that going to make things a little bit more sensible? So we got a grave over here. We've got nothing in these sections here. It could just be that the tree noise is not... Well, let me try this. I don't know. It's really hard to visualize what's going on. Decided to upset my computer and use a 12 by 12 tile set. 8 by 8 is like too hard to get detail in, and 16 by 16 is too much detail. I got you, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. There are no graves on the map now. What in the heck? I guess I don't know what I'm doing with these noise textures. It still looks like it's doing the far distance check, but maybe I'm wrong. What happens if I just yeet this? There's a grave there. I really just don't understand this. Negative 0.8. I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm just messing with numbers at this point. Maybe I'll just do this. -1 and 0. We'll give it the full range of the negative values, but it's also being spaced out quite a bit with the Poisson points. So there's a grave there. There's one there. There's another one. There's another one. That might actually be a good... That might actually be good. Okay. I do think that I want to keep that far distance check in for the grass, though, maybe. So let's put that back. Let's put that back and see what happens. Should create a slightly cleaner looking map. There we go. Okay, you know what? That actually looks decent. That doesn't look terrible. I can do some more cleanup. But I think generally speaking, I'm getting some of the large decorations that I want, the graves and whatnot. So yeah. It'd be nice if I could put some in here, but I'm just having trouble targeting those exact things. Now I could potentially increase the density of the Poisson points. The Poisson points. If I increase the density, that should result in more large decorations being placed. I need to add more large decorations, I guess, just to see how that's actually going to end up working. But we've got graves there, graves there, graves there. But very little in the middle here. I wonder if that's because of the near distance check that I'm doing here. If I turn that down, I wonder if that's going to increase the middle sections. Yeah, there we go. We got some in the middle now. Got some there. Okay. All right, we're getting to a good spot. Now it looks a little bit bad because it's just one decoration. So I think what I'll do next is I'll add a couple of different large decorations and then we can tweak the numbers some more from there. But yeah, apparently Poisson means fish in French. Fish disc sampling, sushi samples. There we go. Croissant points. Yeah, I guess you were close, Yeet, when you called it croissant points. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Okay, I'm gonna take a quick 3-minute break, get a refill of my drink and all that good stuff. And when I come back, we will continue on with this work. We're basically just doing a map day. But let's take a look at this again. This is my new course that you can purchase if you're interested. It will teach you how to create a complete online cooperative multiplayer game. So you'll learn server authoritative architecture, remote procedure calls, and the other high-level Godot networking things. And at the end of the course, I also show you a little bit of how to port forward so you can actually play over the real internet with your friends. So check that out if you're interested. The link for that is in the description below. Use my referral code if you end up purchasing it. And actually, out of curiosity, let's just see if I search Godot. Ooh, third result. That might have been because I searched it. Hold on, let's see. Let's take a gander. I'm going to close my private window and then reopen it. Oops. I just made the same exact mistake. Okay, Udemy, Godot. Yeah, third result. Look at that. Boom. Not bad. Third result of the Udemy front page. Who are these other guys here? I need to outcompete these people. There's my Survivors course. Is the C# course on here? Did I miss it? Oh yeah, the C# course. So that's my course, and that's my course. Oh goodness. Are there other people? Let's see. Oh yeah, Game Dev TV has several courses on the front page as well. Game Dev TV again. This is Mrs. course. Game Dev TV again, Game Dev TV. Wow, Game Dev TV puts out a lot of courses. Okay, anyway. Still number one for me. Pog. Thank you, I appreciate that, everybody. Hot and new, yes indeed. Moving up in the world in your other courses too. Thank you for the claps. I finished the second one, you need to beat. I finished the second one, you need to... Oh, I see. The second course, yeah. Okay, anyway, I'm going to take a quick break, like I said, and I'll be right back. Okay. Hello, Ezab. Welcome back. Hello, Ariane. I'm doing well. How are you doing? Good to see you, as always. So, I need to draw some more large decorations, I guess, for the map here, because the grave is a little bit repetitive. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to need to probably increase the size of this canvas. So we'll do 128 by 128. Boom. Okay. What are some other things I can do? I could do like a scarecrow. How easy would that be? So if I do this... keep wanting to move it. The scarecrow might be a little bit too big, but we're gonna roll with it. We're gonna roll with it. Oops. Move this down. It's too big. I think it's too big, but we'll see. We'll give it like a little hat. Actually, I should just move this down. It's a scarecrow, I don't know. Looks better without the whatever that was. He's kind of cute, actually. It's kind of cute. Little scarecrow. I thought that it was a mine. Oh, the grave. Could work as a mine, I guess. Good morning, Adam. Toshigata just bought the multiplayer course with the referral code. Thank you. But 76% discount. It was fully ready to pay the full price. Now I feel bad. That's okay. There's a reason why Udemy offers those discounts, so you can take advantage of them. Absolutely. As opposed to me waiting for a discount. The duality of man. Yes. It evens out at the end. The map, are the clickable points area 2Ds? No, they're control nodes. And how do you make the necromancer follow the path? It's just a tween. I mean, the paths are just straight lines, so I just tween the player's position from the node position to the new node position. That's it. It's very, very simple. I'm this close to playing full price anyway. I will appreciate your sacrifice. Hello, Vector3 Cat. How are you doing? It'd be funny if the bird landed on the scarecrow. That would be funny, yeah. It's a significant sum in the end, like a few days of McDonald's for $5. It is. Yeah, you could feed me for a week if you buy my course at full price. Anyway. That's funny. So let's see what this looks like in the map. It might be too big, but we'll see. I have to set this all up. Setup, shift, create multiple tiles, create an alternative tile, paint, texture origin 16. Okay, and then I need to provide it's 2-2 for the large decorations. All right, let's run the game and see what happens. Yeah, the scarecrow is way too big, I think. Oh, goodness. I need to make a smaller one. Okay, so the challenge is how to make a scarecrow that's smaller. Shoot. I wonder if I just crunched him down. And then try to fill in the details. Just find a good size, maybe. There we go. Okay, we'll try to fill in the details here. Doesn't look terrible, actually, the smaller version. But yeah, it's like, what is that? 30% smaller? So we'll try the smaller version. I should do these things on different layers. Do your courses sell better than your games? Yes, absolutely. Yeah, the courses is where the bulk of my income comes from, but I'm trying to reverse that for sure. But we'll see. Hello, Rin. Welcome back. Always good to see you. Always good to see you. Okay, let's create this tile. Setup, boom, paint, texture origin. Oh, I gotta do create alternative tile. Okay, and then that is what? 4-2. Why is that 4-2? Oh, because it takes... Okay, I got it, yeah. That makes sense. Oops, I changed the wrong thing. 4-2. All right, let's see what happens. That scares people, not crows. Well, there you go. Now we're gonna play Where's Waldo and see if we can find one. Oh, there's one. He got cut off a little bit. There's a scarecrow. Yeah, seems okay. Have you heard of Inbound Shovel's Game Jam? It's his first time hosting a jam, and I'm all for it, although I've got to study for my college entrance exam too. I've not heard of that, no. I haven't heard of Inbound Shovel, just generally speaking, so... Now that I think about it, what's the best node to use for a map? A tile map or a very large sprite 2D? Well, so this map is... The decorations are the tile map, with some exceptions, like this campfire here is an actual scene. Oh, you can't see it. This campfire here is an actual scene. This campfire here is a scene. And then these roadways are line 2Ds with a texture that repeats. So these are all just line 2Ds that are connecting the nodes. But if you're talking about like a more detailed map, I think it would depend on what you're doing. Like if you're trying to create like a very artistic, like just overworld map representation, then probably just creating a very large sprite would be fine. Or multiple sprites stitched together, depending on the size of your map. But yeah, this map is a series of different nodes all put together. And good morning to you as well, Red Velvet. Don't talk to me or my son ever again. It's funny. You always work every day. What is your secret doing things? I just always have stuff to do. I mean, I don't... You know, whether it's working on a course or working on a YouTube video or working on the game, or in this case, I'm also working right now on setting up a landing page for my courses, like a standalone landing page. So I just always have stuff to do that I need to get done. And it's nice to have a lot of different things to do because then I can, if I don't feel like working on my game, I can do something else productive, you know? Beyond, yeah, so I know you prefer C# because of static typing control for larger projects, but otherwise do you prefer GDScript or C#? I mean, I think once you take away the static typing and other things like abstract classes and interfaces, then I would probably prefer GDScript just because it's easier to write and less verbose. So yeah, I mean, it's like once you take away the main features of C#, then it's like, might as well use an easier language that's quicker to write, you know what I mean? I think the size is still big, but can't get much smaller anyway, so it's good enough. Also, that's, oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I think it's looking okay. The map scene looks like the sun is coming from the top right. I think it might be worth trying to add highlights to the trees and graveyards and other stuff. Yeah, I didn't want to really draw attention to the things that are supposed to be background elements. That's why they're more muted than everything else, but maybe I could do that. I mean, it wouldn't be that hard to just test it real quick. You know? It would not be hard to just test it real quick. We won't do any on the grass. The problem is that these get flipped too, so... Since these get flipped, the lighting is going to get weird. But we can certainly try it. Well, I don't know about that one, but that's okay. We're just trying it. Oh, oops. I was like, what the heck? What the heck happened? See, it just kind of makes, I think it just makes the map too noisy. You know. And that's the next brightest color that I have in my palette, so yeah, I personally don't think that works. So I'm gonna have to stick with this. Call that good. Inbound Shovel is a very nice Godot dev that posts a lot of helpful small tutorials as YouTube shorts. Gotcha. See what I mean with shorts? Yeah. Hello, your stream is making me go back to my project more often. I love your code reviews. Well, thank you, Sigatang, and glad to have you here. Welcome to the stream. You could just highlight everything but trees and grass. We could try that. So the trees here. I didn't highlight the grass initially. So we'll highlight the scarecrow and the... Yeah, they get flipped though, and it's like, yeah, I don't know if that's gonna work. I still don't know if I like that. Maybe just the highlighting is weird, but I think I would prefer to just not draw attention to those elements. What? What the heck is happening? I love the simplicity of the built-in code editor in Godot, but dang, those VS Code features seem sweet. Yeah, I mean, VS Code is just like a dedicated editor, so it makes sense that there's more stuff you can do with it. Anyway, let's draw another large decoration now. So we've got the Scarecrow and his son. This might actually make a good decoration on the villager like combat screen, so I'm gonna preserve that. But in terms of like another decoration, I don't know, I guess I could do like a little house and maybe like a farm plot. I just don't know how good I'm gonna be at drawing a house here. But we'll start with the basic shape. We'll start with the basic shape here. And then we'll figure out where to go from there. Why does that look weird? Oh, probably because this is not centered. What in the heck? Oh. I did the roof wrong, I think. There we go. I've never really drawn a house before, so we are going to give it a shot. Probably should use the symmetry mode, but that's all right. I guess the villager roofs don't really have overhangs like that. Hmm. Let's just get rid of this little part here. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Yummers, welcome back, Stepbill. Good to see you. The only problem with the inbuilt editor is that I keep looking for my code in my taskbar. Yes. Did you do the fireflies yet? Ooh, good call. I need to do that still. What about a cottage or a barn or something? Yeah. A cottage is what we're trying. Yummers, yes indeed. I love the built-in editor. I don't like switching tabs a lot. I like having the shortcuts to go between scene view and script. Oh, that's a good shortcut to know. Thank you for sharing. A church would be cool too. Ooh, maybe I'll do that instead. Maybe add a pixel to the door so it doesn't look like a barn and has a knob. Good call. The theme of the Shovels Jam is just get started. What comes to your mind for a jam project with this theme? Just get started. That's a good question. I don't like that theme. I'm just kidding. I don't know. It's a good question. Just get started, huh? Yeah, nothing comes to mind immediately. Fixing a car that fails to start at the start of a race. Oh, there you go. That's a good one. Thatched roof cottages. Any strong bad fans here? I haven't heard of that. Church. Yeah, I should do a church. Good morning, Shalurgi. A game where the start button just keeps getting away. Oh, that's funny. Much more creative people in the chat. So the other thing is I have to make sure to keep this relatively... relatively small as well. So I'm going to draw the church like this, and that's going to be it. That's the church. We are going to want a steeple. Might need a reference for this one. Or maybe not. We can do it. It's too tall. Also, I guess this would need to be wider, or this needs to be shorter. I don't know what I'm doing, man. I don't know what I'm doing. Did I accidentally fill in the door? I don't suppose I have room for a bell in here. It looks okay, I suppose. Make it a little bit more stout, I guess. No, that looks terrible. I'm not doing any jam until GMTK. I don't want to burn out just before. Just make a big old cross on top and call it a day. Okay, I need to redo this. I don't like this at all. Also, it needs to be smaller. Okay, maybe we'll start with the cross. And then we'll try to make a really small building. It's a church. It's the end. Do the multi-decorations also get flipped? Yes, the multi-tile decorations do also get flipped. I believe when choosing what to do with the theme, we shouldn't go with what comes to mind quickly, and that has the risk of other participants trying it out as well and wouldn't turn out as unique. Yeah, I mean, generally speaking, I think that's a good idea. Like, if you want to come up with a unique take on a theme, anything that immediately comes to your mind is probably not going to be unique, because it's going to come to the mind of other people as well. Yeah, but I do agree with this, though, that the execution is more important. So if you are burning a lot of time trying to come up with a unique idea, what you should do instead is go with the idea that might not be unique, but then focus on executing it very well. So I definitely agree with that. But if you can come up with a unique idea that no one else thinks of, and you can execute it well, then that's the best of both worlds. It's pretty good. You like it, Milton? I guess what I'm saying is, if no one cared about the uniqueness of their idea, most participants would go to make a tower defense game and call it a day, wouldn't they? Maybe. Extravagance wasn't Jesus's thing, so I guess it depends on what you mean by extravagance. Excuse me. Okay. Is that okay? I guess it makes sense for like a little village. A village church. I mean luxury. Gotcha, yeah. Execution got me 3rd place with a relatively non-unique concept. Yes, yeah, that definitely can and does happen quite frequently. Is this church okay? I feel like it's kind of weird. But I guess it's okay. Maybe I just won't do the roof part. Or maybe I should do the roof part. I don't know, it's just a decoration. Whatever. It'll work. I don't know. I'm not entirely in love with it, but we'll give it a shot. This one is 4-0. Okay, let's see what that does. But I do get wanting to be unique, yeah. Oops, I did it wrong again. Oh, I need to outline this. There's a little church out there. I guess it just looks kind of bland being standalone. Also, I've got way too many large decorations. So I'm gonna try turning this down a little bit. Okay, that looks okay. Yeah, I think the church maybe could just be enhanced a bit, I suppose. In terms of what's going on around it. So if I add little grass maybe. I could also add something looking like a grave. Maybe try something like that. I don't know. I don't know. Is this gonna work? Yes, nice. Okay. Should actually probably highlight that as well. See what that does. I think it communicates as a church well enough. Gotta go, see you later. Thanks for joining Vector 3 Cat. Graves around the church, yeah, got one. Okay, there's a, okay, that looks much better. That church looks a little bit more organic now. So there's one there. There's a scarecrow there. Scarecrow there. Wonder if the scarecrow should have some like farm element as well next to it. Got birds flying. Why are the birds not being Y sorted? Oh, they are being Y sorted. Oh, I think what I need to do... Oh, shoot. You know what I realized? I think in order for the birds to seem properly elevated, I think I need to offset them a little bit. I need to make them like up in the air. That's what's missing with the Y sorting of the birds there. So we got campfires, we got some scarecrows, we've got different trees, we've got different grass, we've got churches now. Yeah, I think it's fine. I mean, it's getting there. I want to see a bird fly somewhere. Those must be some giant scarecrows the size of a church. Yeah, I'm not gonna be super, since it's just like a map, you know, like, you know how maps, like the kind of video game maps, they take artistic liberties, right? Like they'll draw sea monsters in the ocean and like certain things will be completely not to scale. That's kind of what I'm doing here. It's just like, it's mostly just to give the impression that this is a place where like villagers live. It's not, yeah, it's not supposed to be to scale. Could get away with making much larger decorations. I think the map is getting a little bit cluttered as it is, so I don't want to go too far in the direction of making large decorations. But I hear you. Wagon, yeah, that's the one thing I haven't yet added, so maybe we can do that real quick. I'm gonna try to make this small as well. So we'll do a wagon. These need to be like spoked wheels. Oops. Which I actually don't know how I'm going to accomplish. Oh, that looks good enough, I guess. How am I going to do this? That works, I suppose. And now that that looks thicker, I can move that down, I think. Yeah, that works. I don't know about those. That looks weird too. I mean, I guess it looks enough like a wagon, you know? It looks enough like a wagon. Probably again want to add some stuff around it though, so maybe I'll do... Can I do like a crate maybe? With a smaller crate on top. And then we're gonna spend the time to draw a dead horse. No, I'm kidding. Put this up here. It would be weird for a world map to have everything to scale, yeah. Ponds and lakes would be nice too. Oh, that's a good call, yeah. A little pond. I'm trying to create a solo game too. How do you manage the same color palette to the whole game? It's not, there's nothing special about it. Just make sure every time you draw your sprites, you're using the same colors. And whenever you're changing a color in the engine through a shader or whatever, just make sure it's the color that's in your color palette. I did write a palette importer, which is on this tab here, which is broken, but I have a palette importer where I can load a palette and I can select a image. And then what that does for me is that puts in the swatches all the colors from my color palette. So that just makes it really easy for me to in-engine choose a color that's in my palette. But yeah, that's basically it. It's not, there's nothing more complicated than that really. It's just you have to pay attention and just use the colors that are only in your palette. Yeah, you're welcome. You are welcome. Swatches are really good, yeah. Did you upload that to the asset library? I have it, no, not my asset. I should make an asset library. I should port that to the asset library for sure. Yeah, I could definitely do that. But it is on my GitHub. I have a repository called something like Godot add-ons. And so it's in there if you're interested in looking at the code or using it in your project. GitHub.com/firebelly is my GitHub. What am I doing? Oh. Does the wagon need more stuff here? What else could be around a wagon? Maybe like a little satchel. I have no clue how I'm going to draw a satchel this small, but we're going to try it. I guess that looks kind of like more like a chest, but now it looks like a Pokeball. Yeah, doing small pixel art is really hard. But I think it probably looks okay like that. Okay. Kerblam. And this one is now what? 6-0. Hello, Awab. Welcome. Just got your Godot Survivors Light course. I'm excited to learn save load system in particular. All right, awesome. Yeah, let me know how it goes. And thank you for purchasing that. Very much appreciate that. What about adding mountains to the very top of the map, like an empty space above, not near any roads? That's a good idea. Okay, so we've got a wagon there. Got a grave there. Wagon there. Any churches? No churches? Oh, there's a church. It's right on the road. That's not good, but that's okay, I suppose. Doesn't need to be perfect. Wagon there, wagon there. Oh, there's 3 wagons. Wow. What is that last thing you drew? A wagon. Or the... Oh, you mean the thing? It's like a satchel or a chest, whatever. You know, whatever it is. Some things like the Scarecrow farm should probably be close by. Yeah, I don't have any farms, actually. So I should do that. But fireflies. Fireflies is one thing that we want to do as well. Right? How am I going to do fireflies? I only want to do the fireflies in like the open spaces, so I'm going to have another problem here. Well, maybe not. Maybe I can just throw them around haphazardly and call it good. Excuse you. My cat is sneezing. Can you believe the nerve? Excuse you. What is wrong with that cat? Sneezing during my stream. Unacceptable. I think the map is looking better for sure now, so far. I think the map is looking better. Artifact. Squid. I'm just stalling. Go away. Don't want to hold you right now. Sorry, buddy. Goodbye, ox. I really like that dim shader. That turned out good. This game is coming along. Lots of stuff to do still, but it's coming along. Anyway, I'm going to commit what I have so far. Add more map decorations. Bless you, cat. Yeah. Fireflies would be super cool. Just 2 pixels with 1 brighter. Yeah. Good morning. The map's looking cool. Thank you, Louise. Very much appreciate that. Like a chest. Gotcha. I guess I learned a new word on English. Oh, yeah, yeah. Satchel. I mean, it was supposed to be more like a leather bag, but it didn't turn out that way. Does the dimming offset the colors in the palette? Yeah, so the way it works is that it just goes to the next darkest color. So as the shader goes, it looks at the pixel color, and then it just moves it over to the next darkest one. And that can be stacked too, so that as I stack on dim layers, it just dims more and more and more. It turned out really good, actually. So this is the kind of thing, I mentioned this when I did it, I think it was yesterday. Did I do the, or no, it was 2 days ago. But yeah, this is one of the benefits of like rigidly sticking to a color palette is like I would have not got as nearly as interesting of a dim effect if I had said, well, I'll just, you know, throw a semi-transparent black rectangle on it and call it good, right? By rigidly adhering to this color palette, I had to come up with a different solution, which ultimately ended up being this, which I think looks much more visually interesting than a typical dim. So you can see, like, you watch the player. So I dim one, the player becomes darker. I dim another one. And now you can just barely see, like, the faint outlines of the player. But then as I go back and dim levels, it gets restored. And that applies to everything, too. So it dims this whole UI when I pull this up. So, yeah. International belly. Can't you do the same thing with lighting? Yeah, I'd have to do a shader for it, though. And I just don't think it would look that good because all of these would just end up turning purple instead of I just don't think it's going to look that great. I'm probably going to experiment with it, but I just don't think it's going to look good at all with the lighting. The only way it would look good is if I went to the trouble of like maybe adding hello cat maybe adding like normal maps of some kind that can determine how the pixels should change color. But that's going to be a lot of effort that I don't necessarily want to go through. Okay, so give me another quick 3 minutes. I'm going to take another break, and when we come back, we will add some fireflies to the map. So I imagine this is going to be kind of similar to the birds, where I will just spawn firefly scenes around, and maybe I'll just spawn long-lived ones that just stay where they're at. But I'm definitely going to need to come up with a way of spawning those. So yeah, I've got about another hour I can do before I need to go, so we'll see how much time that takes, but should be able to get it done. Hello, cat, I know. Okay, give me 3 minutes, I'll be right back, and we will continue on. Okay, I'm back again. What about spawning also some tentacles occasionally like the birds, so they might look like worms? Oh yeah. Cat on keyboard noises. Wait, since it's a village, are we the baddies? Well, you're playing as a necromancer, and necromancers have historically been understood as, yes, bad guys. So, yeah. I mean, I definitely think that this game is like, yeah, it's about you playing as the bad guy. Like, you're a necromancer, and you're going in and you're destroying a bunch of villagers, and you're eventually like, when you get into the later levels, you're gonna fight like clerics in the church, like paladins and bishops and stuff. And like, yeah, you're the bad guy. You're going through and you're just massacring villagers and using your dark magic to just wreak havoc. So yeah, you're the bad guy. Hello, back again. I'm Dad. Okay. All right. I am going to ban you for that. No, I'm just kidding. If someone came to my village and revived my dead grandpa, I wouldn't call him a bad guy. Misunderstood angels they are. Okay. All right. My cat is looking at me like he wants something. Okay, so fireflies. I already have some. Those are in the grow board here. So firefly particles. Let's just copy these. Paste them in there. Why does the copy paste not work? This lies to me. Copy is Control C. I pressed Control C, it doesn't work. Anyway, this might actually be good. I don't even think I need to change this really. Oh, I need to redo the transform. What in the heck? Where's the transform? Oh my gosh. Here. Map decorations. I'll just call this fireflies. Okay. I think this might just be really easy actually. I might just be able to do, let's see. Scene decorations, add element, quick load, fireflies. Let's just see what that does. Yeah, yeah. How do we feel about those? They might be a little bit too bright. I might knock them down. And of course there's a map generated with no fireflies. Ooh, lots of fireflies on this one. I think they're a little bit too bright. I would make them more abundant. Well, it's random how they choose, so there's going to be a variety. Like, this map has a lot of fireflies. Which is fine, but some maps are going to have no fireflies. But do you mean, like, abundant in terms of, like, the individual scene? Like, make the particles more, emit more? I think it looks great, looks cool. I think it's a little bit, I don't know, it just feels a little bit too bright to me, but I mean, I would spawn them more. Let's see, I'm gonna try a couple things. I'm gonna increase the amount by just a couple. And then I am also going to edit the color ramp here. I'm just going to take out that. Let's see what happens. Just take out the brightest color. So I made them a little bit more abundant. I don't know. Should I put back the orange? I think I liked the abundance change. They're more common. What are we thinking? I liked the orange. I think it works either way. It does add a lot of motion to the map, which is good. I mean, the birds add motion as well, but there's one thing I want to try, which is going here. That stops, or that should stop the bird timer, and then the bird timer should come back. There's a bird. There's one thing that's annoying me about the birds now. Scene, init node, node, private node 2D scale root. Okay, that should fix that. Morning, everyone. Good morning, Lucas. Funny how single pixels flying around makes the map much more alive. Yeah, it's just weird how pixel art works like that. I think it looks good. I think I like the fireflies. I don't know if I'll put... We'll have to determine what kind of decorations will exist in the future levels, but... we got birds, we got fireflies. There are campfires too, which sometimes get buried by the forests and whatnot, but I think that's okay. Sweet. Just got back. I like the fireflies, but I think they should swarm together. Blink together in unison. Well, I don't have that much control over the particle system, but I can reduce the radius. That's a good point. The shape radius here is probably too big. So it's going to look like it's spawning more if I reduce the radius, and then they're going to look more clumped together. Yeah, I think that looks better. It looks like more like they're swarming. What I can do as well... Do I have a lifetime randomness configured on these? I don't. So we'll do a 0.5 lifetime randomness, and we'll also turn the explosiveness up to something like 0.2. It's going to make them look a little bit more erratic, I think. Yeah, I think that looks better. I think that looks better. Can you dim individual decorations? The decorations cannot go... This is the darkest color that they can be. So this purple here, that's as dark as the color can be before going black. It's a particle system, yeah. I like it. I think it looks good. Maybe I will put the orange back and just see what that looks like. Yeah, I think the orange is better. It creates a smoother transition when the fireflies fade out too. So you can dim the fireflies occasionally so they can blink. Oh yeah. Well, I guess that's kind of what they look like. Maybe I can just reduce the lifetime. Because the blink is like when a new particle gets created. But if I reduce the lifetime, maybe it'll look like they're blinking more. How does that look? Well, there's only one particle. There's only one firefly system on there. So let's try it again. And there's no firefly particles here. Would you be willing to elaborate on Area 2D control for identifying mouse clicks sometime? I had an issue where I wanted click detection for topmost object, but also wanted custom shapes. Controls were just basic shape, but reliable click order, whereas Area 2D could have custom shape, but unreliable click order. I had to use delays, identifiers, and Y position to determine what I clicked. Yeah, I think, so what I would do is, control nodes are nice because they give you control over the ordering of the event being processed, right? So whatever control node is like lower on the tree is the one that's going to process the event first, right? So that gives you control right there. But in terms of like having specific polygons, honestly, what I would probably do is I would probably stick with control nodes. If the ordering was really important, I would probably stick with control nodes to detect the mouse events. And then what I would do is I would associate maybe a polygon shape with the control node. And then when I go to handle the mouse event at the control node level, what I would do is I would say, okay, the mouse is within this control node's bounding box. And since it's within the bounding box, now I'm going to check if the mouse is within the polygon. And only if those two conditions are true will I handle the event. Otherwise, I'm going to not handle the event and leave it up to something else to handle it. That's what I would do, probably, the approach that I would take. Area 2D's mouse detection is like a little bit wonky, and if you need like a lot of control over the mouse events and like the mouse entered and mouse exited signals order is very important, then that's probably the approach that I would take. But without knowing more about your project, I don't know if that would end up being the right choice or not, but that's how I'm immediately thinking about the problem. But that really makes the fireflies look cool. You like it? Yeah, I think it looks good. Totally does. Cool. Yeah, I think it looks good. Excellent. So the map has come a long way. That's great. Brilliant answer. Thanks so much for taking the time. Yeah, for sure. Happy to help, and hopefully that gives you some ideas. But, yeah. What else should we do? What else should we do? So anyway, I'm going to commit that. Add fireflies to map. Ponds. Oh yeah, a pond could be good. That's basically what I did. I wanted a wheel you could click and drag to turn, so I used a control node and detected if the mouse was in the circle in GDScript. Gotcha, yeah. Leaf particles or something to signify wind could be cool, yeah. Do I want to draw a pond? How could I do that? Let me just see if I can get a pond drawn really quick. And if I can't, then I'm gonna do something else. But I'm thinking there could be like a bank or something. Like a river bank or a pond bank, I guess. Like so. It's going to be hard to give the impression of water with just these colors, but I'm going to try. That actually doesn't look terrible. And now if I could just do some reeds or something. Some cattails. Wonder if I should just do a more like cliche kind of wave style. I wonder if that would help sell this as a pond better. Maybe I could just get away with doing one. Not a whole lot of space to work with here. Dang you, yeet. I think that looks relatively okay. I think this needs to be up a little bit. Does that look sufficiently like a pond to you? I should probably put some more reeds around, just like around the thing. Put some grass and stuff. I don't know, how does that look? Does it look okay? It's kind of big again, but I guess a pond can be big. Don't even start. Don't even, I haven't even looked at the chat yet, but if I see someone saying you should add a frog, that person is getting banned. Delete your messages now. Oh, there we go. Toshigata, you're getting banned. I'm kidding. Question, I've been watching some of the last day's streams offline. Couldn't catch the live ones. and I noticed that you use node a lot. Why is that? Oh yeah, that's an attribute that I wrote. So I wrote some Godot C# generators that will create a function that automatically retrieves and assigns nodes for you. And it does that based on the node attribute. So any member that is annotated with the node attribute will be fetched automatically by the source generator when you call wire nodes. So if you look at this here, this wire nodes is a generated function through the source generator. And since this scale root is tagged with node, if I click into wire nodes here, you can see that this generated code is trying to get a node with the name of scale root. And it tries a bunch of different variations of it. It tries the raw Pascal name first, then it tries to do it unique, then it tries to do snake case, then it tries to do unique snake case. It tries a bunch of different variations of the name of the member to find the node that corresponds to it. So basically, whatever node in your scene has this name scale root is what's going to be assigned to this member by wire nodes. A pond with little ducks might be overkill though. Yeah, I don't think I can fit ducks in there. Some dead cattle skeleton skulls maybe. Wolves occasionally running around. Bats based off birds, yeah. Am I the only bringer of ideas? I take no blame, commit no sins. What size is them grids? 16 by 16. Another thing to mention about custom shapes and control nodes is that I did is using accept event to mark the input event as handled when the mouse click is within the shape. Yeah, you definitely need to mark your events as handled so they don't get sent to other nodes. I still think that's funny that Tosha got to mention a frog. You're welcome. A duck, yeah. Can wire nodes fetch children of children, like 2 levels down, or only the first layer of children in the tree? So if you mark the node as unique, yes, it will fetch that node, but also this node can accept an argument, which is a node path. So if you'd rather not do the matching, I think it works like that. Let me try. Test path. Yeah, so if you supply a node path in the node attribute, then wire nodes will try to find the node at that path first. Do you see that? So yeah, you can supply a path to your node in that node attribute. It just kind of like this node attribute is just designed to make the process of getting references to your nodes in C# much easier. And I don't ever use the node path option because if I need to get a node that's several levels deep, I just mark it as unique, and that gets handled automatically by the node attribute. But that option is available to you if you'd prefer to just write out the node path here. I've been marking sub children as unique and wanted to make sure that was necessary. Yeah, I don't see a reason not to use unique node names, honestly. I mean, it's there for a reason, and it makes fetching nodes so much easier. It also makes it easy when you reorient or reorganize your scene tree. Because those are marked as unique, they can be found anywhere in the scene tree. So especially for UIs, if you're moving UIs around and like redesigning things all the time, it saves a lot of development effort not having to figure out all those node paths and get all your references correct again and all that stuff. So anyway, so we added a pond. I think the pond looks okay. I mean, it would be kind of fun to add frogs. Shoot, you guys are really gonna make me add frogs? I don't know how to draw a frog, man. Oh no. You guys are really gonna make me draw a frog. Okay, let's see. We're gonna try it. This is going to be very hard to draw a frog that's small. It'll be a bullfrog. How's that? Okay, and I'm going to draw the leg as a separate. Yeah, the problem is if I wanted to outline this, doesn't really much look like a frog, does it? Doesn't look like a frog either. How in the heck are you supposed to draw a frog? Okay, I'm not going to draw a frog. Sorry, everyone. It's going to be way too difficult. Now it just looks like a chicken. One question, will there be scenes in your game where you zoom in or out? No. No. Because that wouldn't work with the pixel art. So anyway, we'll go ahead and add the pond for sure. We'll see how that looks. Paint. Alternative tile. I wonder if I should do like 8 pixels there. Okay, and this one is what? 6.2. Okay. Unique names local to a scene. It is local to a scene, yeah. It is local to a scene. He's shifting the blame. He wants to draw a frog. Yeah, frogs are cool. Frogs are one of my favorite animals, actually. When I was like 7 years old, I saw a frog in real life for the first time, and I became obsessed with them for a good number of years. I still love them. I still love them. Can't blame him for wanting to draw a frog, yeah. Unique names are local. Yes, they are. How does Terraria Zoom work? Does anyone know? I don't think, well, they're not using Pixel Perfect, I don't think. So they just render the pixel art at a higher resolution. I thought unique names were global. Got to try using them. Seems very useful. Yeah, they're not. They're not. I know that for a fact because I have multiple scenes that have the same unique names and it doesn't cause problems. All right, do we have any ponds on the map? Didn't get a single pond on that map, at least not that I saw. There's one. There's 2 ponds, actually. That actually looks pretty good. I like them. Why did it generate 5 ponds? Sometimes you get, like, nothing, and sometimes it's just like, oh, random? You mean pick the pond every time? I think it looks good, though. I think it looks good for sure. I like the ponds. You can zoom out continuously. It's not like selecting a resolution. Are they constantly changing the resolution as you zoom out further and further? That's a good question. I mean, it could just be a matter of the camera scale. I mean, Godot has a similar thing where you can change the camera scale, right? So I actually don't know where's my, or the camera zoom, I mean. Where is the camera? I don't even know. Oh, here it is. So I could turn the zoom up. I don't know if I can, maybe I can show this at the same time. So you see how I can zoom in like this? The problem though in my game is that I'm using the viewport items render mode. Or no, viewport render mode. So the pixel art becomes really chunky, but if I turn this to canvas items instead and I close it, I don't think that updates. Yeah, it doesn't update here. I have to run the game again. But if I change it to canvas items, I lose the pixel chunkiness, but I should be able to zoom in better now. So if I got a remote shaky camera here, and then I change the zoom. So yeah, I can basically go in as far as I want now, or as far away as I want. And it looks relatively fine because it's not rendering a small pixel resolution, it's using the resolution of the screen. So yeah, anyway. Change that back to viewport. Firebelly is the best, I know. Magic to me, how is the pixel art staying consistent? I thought there were probably some method for zooming pixel art without getting distorted pixels. Yeah, like if you're not using a pixel perfect rendering, if you're not rendering at a small resolution like 640 by 360 and you're just using the resolution in the window, then it should be relatively fine, like what I just showed with the canvas items there. That screen needs to change. Wow, I have so much work to do. Unbelievable. But I think the map is looking good. I think the map is looking good. Got our grave there. Pond. It might be a little bit, I don't know. It's fine, I won't mess with it too much more. I think I accomplished the goals of just making the map look more visually interesting and more lively. That was my main goal for getting this game ready for like a public playtest. Whether it's perfect or not, like that's a different question, but I think it's okay. I think it's okay for now. Add pond. Came for the coding, stayed for the frog. There's a really useful page in the docs about screen scaling, yes. Map definitely feels way more alive. Excellent, we've accomplished the goal. I'm gonna go ahead and mark that as... Uh-oh. Oh no. I'm gonna go ahead and mark that as done. Add more life to map, done. We did that, we did that, we did that, we did that, we did that. Oh, eyes blinking in the forest. I would have to target where the trees are. Maybe I'll still do that one. Okay, anyway, I think that's going to be it for the stream. Are we learning the name for the playtest? Yes, I'll have the name ready by the time the playtest rolls around. But that's going to be it for the stream today. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you all for being here. I'm going to pull up my cooperative multiplayer course again so I can advertise this. So this is my newest course, Create a Complete Online Cooperative Multiplayer Game in Godot 4. Check it out if you're interested in learning multiplayer concepts like remote procedure calls, server authoritative architecture, and the other high-level Godot networking stuff. And it's a great way to support me, and it's a great way to learn multiplayer stuff. So yeah, that link is in the description below. Also, Gunforged is available for purchase and has been for a while, so you can purchase that and play it if you're interested. Thank you all for joining. Thank you all for being here. It was wonderful talking to you all again on this Saturday morning. And I'll be back at it, streaming again on Monday at 10 a.m. Eastern. So I hope to see you there. All right, take care, everyone. Bye-bye.